What's popular YouTube? Another day, another demo, and news. What have we got going on in the world of Counter-Strike today? I'm going to make that a thing that we do at the beginning of the show. I'll pull up HLTV, see what's going on. Oh my God, ESIC issues 35 bans for betting-related offenses in Australia. Well, we have to go ahead and click on that and find out what's going on here, guys. This is actually pretty goddamn serious, man. What is this? An ocean of oceanic players that have been banned for, holy hell, 1 year to 60 months. These are pretty serious. Okay, so here's the thing. Not all of these bans. All right, so let me get a super catch up for everybody, okay? So ESIC, we're actually supposed to do a charity stream for ESIC, or like a fundraiser stream, not so much a charity stream, to help, because the issue with ESIC was that they're so small that they can't keep up with the amount of stuff that's going wrong in CS:GO. So they couldn't they couldn't ban people for the stream sniping offenses. And there was this thing with Vitality yesterday, although like the TV was in a different room, so it's kind of like it doesn't feel like I'm not sure what the details are there, but like I feel like it might have been somebody watching the stream in a different room, but there's like glass walls, so that's like a problem. And then people are bringing up, well, like, should that be banned? I'm like, there's a conversation there. I personally don't feel very strongly about the like economy sniping or whatever type bans, just because the time from the actual game to the stream, it's like almost 5 full minutes. So I mean, I don't know. I couldn't see myself ever like really using the stream, but of course it's meant to be like, if there's ever a tech pause or something, this could be a really big issue. If there's ever any kind of delay, that means that having a stream on the background could be a problem. And of course, my analysis is so damn good. Of course, you want to be listening to the stream, right? To understand how to beat your opponents, you've got to listen to launders break it all down. No, but seriously, I can't really see that much of an issue with some of the stream sniping stuff, but I can understand wanting to be consistent to make sure that people follow the rules, and like Vitality are aware that, like, that shouldn't be done. So we'll see what happens in that realm. But the overarching issue is just that the ESIC can't really keep up with the amount of stuff that it has to do for the size it is, and there's a lot of problems clearly. Now here, might be pretty alarming. Like, whoa, is this the most corrupt nation on the earth? It's like, no, it's the most corrupt continent on the. I'm just kidding. This is partly because I believe that betting in general, I believe that this is partly just because of betting it has something to do with the legality of betting. I'm so sorry, I should have looked at that actually, but I'm pretty sure that this has to do with just the legality of betting in Australia. So this is not necessarily just match fixing and then betting on your own matches, though some of the offenses are. So don't want to get too alarmed about all this. But in general, the conversation today is just, what even happens if this is Australia? There's still North America that needs to come out. And like, if this is the amount of work that needs to be done, that you've got to hand out this many bans, and all of these people can potentially go through appeals process and recuse themselves. And some of them there were some very close calls where, like, Godsend had a very close call with ESIC where they recused themselves, but they had to gather evidence very quickly, and then they figured that out. And there can be very dangerous situations where the ESIC have to be very careful about, first, when they hand out the ban, and then second, when they deal with the evidence that a team or player might hand out to try to recuse themselves. It's all in the right spirit of making sure that things stay clean. But of course, there's no greater injustice than someone getting, wrongfully banned for something they didn't do, or, anything like that, right? Especially when it comes to a player in their career, which is already an ephemeral experience for many, and it's not a very fruitful one for many. It's something where you want to make sure that, like, they get to focus on playing and taking their career forward, as opposed to all of these other things, especially if they weren't at fault. So that is what's going on today. I will leave the link here. I remembered to put the links in last time, the HLTV link for the articles I talked about. I'm going to remember this time as well. I will. Okay. And then apart from that, in terms of news, I don't know. Oh, Twist in talk with FaZe. Dude. Okay, so Twist is in talks with FaZe and Kerrigan is in talks with FaZe. The new skipper could be Finn Kerrigan, who is not inclined to renew his contract with Mouse Sports and has been linked with a return to FaZe. Imagine we've got Kerrigan, Brokey, Cold, Rain, and Twists all on the same team. I think that's a fantastic team. I think that's a malleable team. You've got a player like Twist and a player like Brokey who will learn from Kerrigan. Kerrigan, who will throw himself out there for some of the entries. Rain, who he trusts as the best refragger that he calls in the game. And then, Cold Zera to come through as a secondary IGL, as a lurker, as a whatever you need him to be. A super solid rifler. Everybody on a new kind of like motivational plane with the mood being raised and all this. It's very exciting, I feel like. I'm looking forward to this massively. I think this would be amazing. What happens to Mouse Sports? I don't know. What's going on? What's going to happen with ROPS, Frozen, BMAS? I don't know. That's another question. And I really didn't want a situation where FaZe and Mouse Sports cannibalized each other, but it felt like there was no way it wasn't going to happen in some sense because of how appealing it would be for Twist to go to either team and how Kerrigan could potentially go back to FaZe after being somewhat disappointing with his own results with Mouse Sports over the year of 2020. So, I don't know. This is going to be cool, man. This one's going to be exciting. I feel like Twist is a perfect fit for FaZe. It really feels like it. He's got the style. He brings the aim, right? He brings the star player potential, and we haven't seen him at this level on another team. It's been Liquid pretty much the whole time, right? Since TSM. And he's come up in a really big way. So this will be very, very interesting. What else is good? That's a really cool one. I'm looking forward. Are you guys looking forward to that? Are you not looking forward to that? What do you think? Ents are revealing a new international lineup. This one's a little bit strange to me. I think I don't have a problem with the players themselves. I think Snappy, if there was an issue where Alu on the team was too strict and too demanding of a leader, I feel like Snappy is going to be like the same energy in like a good way, like a good toxic way, right? Like they're both going to complement each other in terms of personality. Snappy likes a really rigid structure, and if that's what he wanted, but he didn't know how to build it properly, Snappy's the guy. He definitely is a really good IGL. This might be one more chance to try to prove himself, and this would tell a lot maybe if he can't get this to work. But you have Diha, who is obviously a super strong player, and I don't know how they're all going to work together, and it is a little bit weird that this lineup is not Finnish, but like, I'm not racist. Who cares? If they want to play and this is the lineup that they want, so be it. Let's see what happens. I don't know. It's we've got Ents are going through a thing right now. They're going through a phase. They're going to survive this. When they come out of it, they're probably not going to have these 5 players. Are these 5 players going to win a major? Probably not. Does Ents want to win a major? Probably. But they might have some pieces here. They might be able to learn about themselves a little bit more, figure out what direction they want to go in. If they want to go back to Finnish, I could see that on the horizon. I think they, in terms of fan base, maybe they get some Polish people excited about Ents. Maybe they lose some Finnish fans. Maybe they get some, probably won't get some Danish fans just because there's enough good Danish squads out there. Israel are popping off. Spinks, we've got Flamesy. Yeah. Comment's not too excited about this. Okay, well, that's the Ents lineup, and we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh, Kusta leaves Counter-Strike. Sag. He is going to Valorant. Now, the question is, with the new core that is floating around of Sunny, Flusha, and Automatic, why isn't Kusta with them? That's the question, right? Nobody knows. We've heard good words about Kusta from Tim. I know he said it even just personally to me, like he really thinks Kusta could be a great IGL. Maybe Kusta really wants to go to Valorant. Maybe there wasn't a place for him to land in CS. At least where's the opportunity in NA is a question. So I don't know. It could be a combination of just not really anywhere good to land. Maybe he really liked Valorant when he tried it, and there wasn't any good, solid opportunities in CS. Maybe he was done. Maybe things weren't as rosy as it seemed. But yeah, sad. A player who had a lot of promise, played well. I'll be honest, I didn't watch a lot of his matches on Gen G when he was playing very well. I can't personally vouch and say, like, wow, this guy was really a huge talent that we're missing out on. But I can say I've heard from his teammates and from a lot of people that, like, yes, he was really definitely bringing it and carrying the team when things weren't going well. I think Mally Snake actually just did a video on this, so I didn't get to watch it last night because it was too late, but maybe I go ahead and link that as well. Mally Snake. Maybe I could just check his Twitter here because I think he just actually put this up last night. Yeah, Kusta One Last Ride. So this would be a cool one to watch. I think I actually watched this demo on this channel, but I watched for a automatic from this game. This was from Flashpoint. So that's it. That's all we got. So what are we doing today? What's the topic of the day? Well, at the Blast Global Finals, as we roll on, we got the Astralis 2-0 versus Evil Geniuses. Okay, EG didn't win this match. Yes, I did make a video called 4 reasons why EG will beat Astralis. And in their interview, they were proud about the fact that they took Inferno, and I think this is a really insane map to take for a first map. But after that, they did get stomped out, and I think one of my reasons is just like the veto. They can win one of the hard maps. They have 2 more opportunities to play, but they just didn't stand a chance on these other 2 maps. So make it that what you will. I think this is both impressive and disappointing at the same time. But first series back in Europe versus Astralis. It's not one we were really expecting them to win. I just wanted to hype it up, and I think they did show something at least. And then Astralis go on to beat G2. G2, it looked like they were going to be good, and then they just, as soon as like Astralis showed a little bit more composure, G2 just fell completely apart. So we're going to need to see just a straight up better G2 today. They're playing against Navi today, and Navi got 2-0'd by Team Liquid. That was an impressive win by Team Liquid. Team Liquid went on to lose to Vitality. There is no surprise here with the upper final between Astralis and Vitality. These are the 2 best teams in the tournament. These are the 4 worst teams in the tournament, okay? In order, I'd say maybe we just go with Astralis, Vitality, G2, Navi, G2, Liquid, Navi, Evil Geniuses. I think all the results make sense in that way, just based on like who won. But I hope Navi have more to show. They just didn't play well. And even though they don't play perfect Counter-Strike to me, they definitely can play better. They definitely can play a lot better than what we saw. So this will be a fun match to watch. I'm casting this at 7:30, and earlier, starting in 20 minutes, Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid. NA cannibalism continues. We'll see who gets sent home from these 2 teams. I'm taking EG to win just because their head-to-head is so steep in favor of EG, but of course, Liquid's got Fallen now. Liquid Fallen took down Navi 2-0 and did really, really well versus Vitality. But here's the actual. This leads us into the match that we want to watch, and this is Liquid playing Vitality with a match on Nuke where RpK got completely countered. Okay, CT side here, RpK went 5-11, so we're gonna finally look at another game where someone didn't do so well, and I feel a bit better about it because this is a game where RpK. It wasn't his fault. It was a game plan victory in terms of this half for Team Liquid. I don't even think overall they won the half, but they actually made a comeback. They showed some cool stuff, and they really made RpK's life hell on the back of the A site on Nuke. And this is a demo about how Liquid kind of designed a game plan around trying to attack him and then hit upstairs. There was some cool stuff to watch from Fallen's perspective in this half, from Elige outside. This whole half was pretty cool from Team Liquid, even though it started out strong for Vitality. But yeah, let's get into the game and watch that, and we can kind of tell the story of how RpK got countered by Team Liquid. Here is his params. I think that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it. So params, I think. I didn't. Unfortunately, we're finally using params, the website that Apex made, but I don't have this resolution. I didn't know how to set this custom resolution. When I went to set it, it said I had it already, but in game I don't have it, so I didn't know how to set this. So we're using a 1280 by 960 instead of 1024, which is a 4.3 res, actually, I think. No, sorry, it would be 1280 by 720, I think, which is a 1610 res, something like that. It's not exactly right, but yeah, got his view model. Everything else is good. We're going to hop into the game. Apex, add view bob. Actually, I'm just going to grab this view bob really quick, because people care about view bob, right? CL Bob, not CL Joe. Boom. Into the game. I just finished the coffee. Oh, it's instant Danish coffee, but love how it makes the gums feel. We got game sound. I'm so sorry we didn't have game sound last time. My sincerest, deepest apologies. I'm so sorry. The Fallen video, we didn't have any game sound. Honda, we didn't have any game sound. I just didn't get everything set up here properly for the 2 videos that we've done so far, but now we do. Okay, Elise gets taken down. That's it. First things first, I want you to pay attention to the fact that RpK is getting targeted, right? Molly lands right underneath Ziwu here at the back of the site where RpK is standing. He gets pushed out and flashed, all right? That's round number 1. I only think that it's like later on that we really see him get attacked and targeted. And I brought it up a lot in the cast, but let's pay attention to how RpK plays this. And this is the perfect time that we want to use HLAE to try to feel what a player was feeling. We want to feel what RpK was feeling in this half based on the way Liquid were playing versus him. So now instead of playing on the bottom of the back of the site where it gets mollied, he's playing on top of the site, which is a good spot because you can shoot from here and then fall off. Okay, so you kind of activate when you spot somebody and then fall off, and then it kind of works like 2 spots. You get your favorite spot at the bottom, plus you can play on top, and he'll actually move to a spot that's it's got a bit more utility. You can watch the door open. You can watch you can watch someone come out of HUD if you'd like to. And sometimes when you play upstairs like this, you're just picking your favorite angles. You know, like RpK, the player on the back of the site, the really, really strong spot to be in, we'll probably see next round, is anywhere around here. So up in the heaven, drop down on the back of the site, on top of the site, spawning towards hut, being able to fall back behind the site, drop out of heaven, this kind of thing. So, okay, he can't actually get targeted in this position, which is kind of cool. So what we'll see later on is that Liquid will throw these HE nades at Letank, like 3 homing grenades, 2 of them on the back of the site, but they haven't come yet. And we've only seen the Molotov come so far with RpK playing there once. And since that Molotov, he hasn't played there again. So I don't know if he's waiting for that Molotov or if he's expecting the nades to come. But I think that was a new thing that Liquid started doing. So let's see. Okay, now he drops down into the site. And I'm saying a lot of the stuff that's going to happen to RpK is demo-based from Team Liquid. They definitely brought it into the game plan. And see, this is a very powerful angle that works for a lot. You can spot Squeaky run out. You can spot the back of the site. You can peek from the right side. And now he's going to be moving on over, actually rotation downstairs. Let's see if they have any odds here. Making sure about no funny business. Damn, dude. He actually gets this in the last millisecond, too. I was just so quiet because I watched this in the game, and we watched it from Fallen's perspective. I wanted to see how, like, confidently Ziwu played it, and he definitely did play it very, very confidently. Okay. Molly down to stop the rush. 3-0 start for Vitality. RpK, nice and comfortable now. It's been a couple of rounds since that Molotov landed. He's starting out the round now on the back of the site. Don't know exactly what Liquid are going to try to do. A lot of their later success in the half came towards hitting this upstairs position. And it's also the flashes we're trying to watch for. It's the HE grenades and Molotovs. And from RpK's perspective, we're also just absorbing what are his favorite angles, right? Like, he's a great player. He's a really great side anchor. What are some of his favorite angles to hold? Okay, so there's a lot of presence, and he's worried about upstairs. And maybe can showcase why this angle is quite powerful. So he does shut down Stewie, take some damage on Grim, but then eventually get traded out. And Grim, he puts together 3 on the hold. It's Apex in this one-on-one situation, and Apex, he really just goes out fast, actually. This was a close call as Grim strafes left. Apex kind of wants to make sure that he can get out to Squeaky, and Grim, if he doesn't move that quickly, Apex, you know, it would have been scary for Apex to have moved there. So I think it was just very close because of the amount of health that Apex had. He could have lost for sure. So 4-0, and we have 2 1v1s already, won by Vitality. So I think Liquid, if they tell themselves that, they're still feeling kind of hopeful about the rest of the half. Like, okay, we almost won those rounds. So they haven't given Apex a lot of attention. They let him chill. And now he's back to his favorite position. There's a lot of players that do this. They play in the same positions for a lot of the rounds. And sometimes because those spots are just very good. They're very versatile. You see, like, he's speaking from the right side of the site now. Last round he was speaking from the left. He can also float very easily towards Squeaky or halfway across hut. And this is now 4v5 situation. I don't know if they come back upstairs, but okay. We've got the flash upstairs and the Molotov. Interesting, they're actually using this as a fake. So this is going to be the same grenades that we're going to see, I think, in this next round. So that's something I didn't see in the cast. So that might be cool to watch. And it looks like they do come heaven here. Ooh, very nice rotation from RpK. I don't know if that was good comms from his team, but yeah, they know they're both upstairs now. Whoa. That was just sick. Readjustment into heaven, and the extra damage shows up on the kill feed as RpK gets an assist. 5-0. So now we've seen it a little bit. RpK has a great round, and we also see the Molly flash come again. Same angle, same position. And the one thing is, the longer you let someone be comfortable, the more often they're going to play in the same spots, okay? They're going to go to their favorite spots if you leave them. Okay, there's the 3 nades that land coming from the outside through the vent in the roof, and RpK's down to 18 HP. So immediately he knows he's being targeted. He moves from that position. Lucky to have not died. Liquid don't know that they did the damage there. And now he's within hut. You see how people play differently when they take damage? Everything can affect the round. And it can be up to you sometimes what kind of influence you have. Even if RpK doesn't take damage there, seeing those 3 grenades come down is going to affect how he plays, right? So damage or not, it has an impact. Okay, they don't get the kill, so they actually reroute into ramp. And RpK's health plus his teammate dying means they just go for the save. So this is information they probably are going to corroborate, right? RpK, oh damn, they just sent triple nades at me in the back of the site. And now here, he's not playing on the back of the site. I'll see if he changes spots as we cool off in the rounds. There was at Blast Global Finals 2019, I told this during the game, but Astralis versus Liquid in the finals, and Stewie was holding B on Inferno, and Astralis kept nading him in every position he would play. He'd go over to Coffins, they nade him. They sent him. He'd go to Emo, they double naded him. Quad, they naded him, mollied him every single round. And I remember after the game was over, we went to the bathroom, and me and Matt just got a bunch of Astralis and Liquid and me were all in the bathroom because there's only one, and we're all like waiting to go pee basically before map 2 started. And I remember just talking about how like Stewie was just getting dumpstered every single round by these nades that basically had his name on it in the B side on Inferno. And then Magisk, when we were all waiting in line, looked over at Stewie and he was like, yo, good game, man. And then Stewie was like, don't look at me, bro. He was so pissed that Astralis kept following him around with the grenades. And that is part of the reason that Astralis became so good. A very big reason. Okay. So we got at least a nade upstairs, and they clear this out. Okay, so the nade lands at the same time. Great entry from Stewie, just straight up. A more standard round, but we see, you know, they throw the Molotov down. They don't need to clear him in that spot because they know that he's a little bit scared, and they come through with this late execution with some good entries. And then it looks like a save here, so we're going to move on forward into this next round. We've got the buy up, and let's see how RpK plays it. Well, immediately, he goes back to this position thinking, no way that Liquid are going to try to nade me again, right? They already tried it once. It didn't even kill me. They took ramp that time. And it takes 3 players to coordinate the nade attack. So he's already feeling fine about this. And he's going to kind of congeal back into his position out here at the back of the site. The absolute artillery barrage comes instantly into it as well. And he gets taken down. And then, of course, guess what happens? A barrage of players start to attack upstairs. Fallen Stewie trade on Navera, and it comes down to RpK up here. He gets at least one, but they don't win. So I think that was the moment. Okay, that was the moment where now I want to really pay attention to what RpK is gonna do. Okay, we do have the pistols, so I'm a little bit more curious about what happens up on the next rifle round. But yeah, I'm watching for the psychology here, just like because you know. Are they going to do it 3 times? That's another question, you know? I don't even remember if they do. But so this time he's playing on the top of the site. They throw the mollies all over. This is kind of a first tier execute, try to bait out grenades. And he is still playing in the same position. They break the glass just to activate his PTSD, and the nades come into the back of the site. He moves. No one actually punishes for him swinging out this way. But he avoids it. I think staying closer to this side, but they still are trying to make his position very, very uncomfortable on the back of the site. Pretty much the entire game plan is based on this. And you know what? If they play Nuke, one of the other players that I can say that will play this position just like RpK is Breeze. Breeze will play on the back of the site almost every single round on the floor in the same way that RpK plays it. I mean, a lot of people do just because it is versatile. It's not like an actual one-trick position. It's very, very versatile. But, you know, knowing that Liquid have those grenades, I wonder what's going to happen. And, you know, if we get Nuke. And I guess it's possible because Liquid pick Nuke into Vitality. To make this very interesting. And that's actually such a close shot. Would have actually been a round win, I think, by Ziwu, but he doesn't get it. Okay. So, up with a Famous. Off the top of the site, and this avoids the grenades and actually would be good for killing someone inside of the hut. I don't know what this spot looks like if the execute comes in. We've never seen RpK stay here long enough to to fight when the molly flashes come out and then, you know, he shoots from up here. But it feels like when the execute comes out, he can't avoid a flash, so he's nowhere to hide from there, so it's not really that viable. But right now in the default, if they try to do something lurk-wise, he can stop them. So, and then fall back to that position afterwards. Also, he can stay up here until the nades come through. And I think in this last round, he might have just fallen off the site into the nades. So let's see what happens. I think it still does have to do someone with outside for some of the rest of these rounds. And I guess they feel okay with this specific situation for RpK because they get the kill outside, maybe some more info, and they know that the triple nade isn't potentially possible. And everything goes downstairs. 3 rounds left in the half. We keep on to the Falmus. We get to the top of the site again. And let's see. This is a position where I'd be like, okay, I'm worried about it. In these demos, we can actually hear the opponent's footsteps, which I think should be fixed. I don't think that's I don't know if that's possible actually, but it does give us kind of a clue for hearing ramp. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. So Grim, okay, they take ramp right away, and RpK's rotation is pretty much always to drop down the vents and rotate and support control room. But Grim just wins all the duels. This is actually really sick by Team Liquid. I can't remember if they went out in the half. I feel like watching this demo, I feel like Liquid have done a pretty good job of being kind of tough to read. Holy crap, he just kind of teleported out there. And 1-for-1 at best here for RpK. The fraggers are too strong from Team Liquid coming onto the site. That's been a primary point of contact too. He's had 1 round fighting them coming out of hut, where he's went 1-for-1, and 2 rounds where they've come across the left side of the site and he's gone 1-for-1. Mainly out of Squeaky. See, so he gets flashed, and so that's a position where you, if they want to take this to the next level, if they flash him while he's up there, since he can't dodge, he'll probably fall off the site and then go to like either the spot where he can get triple naded. In fact, if they saw this demo, I think if they do this again, they could throw that flash and then throw the triple nades right away, and that would probably be a time where they just definitely guarantee hitting him, because he's gonna fall off to the back of the site while he's still blind instead of in front, and he's probably going to wrap around the back as well where the nades go, to go for that new angle that we just saw him in. So that's it for that half. That was cool. That's all I wanted to see, a second look on what it was like for RpK to play in the back of the site like that, to have those nades going towards him, and yeah, to bring up ideas of conditioning, because it's such an important part of CS, and to see what it looks like psychologically and how you can really read it. And once you show someone that you know where they're going to be, then suddenly you can know where they're going to be next if they're scared to play in that certain position. And just making them uncomfortable means that they're less likely to do well, because they're not in their favorite position. They feel like their demos have been watched. You know, it feels like somebody just knows you so well and you didn't do enough research in reverse. And also, if this is a new thing that Liquid are doing, it's like, how much more do they know that I don't realize? So I think RpK, all things considered, still did pretty well to go 1-for-1 in a lot of those rounds. But of course, we saw, you know, him just getting destroyed with either so much damage or a straight up kill meant that Liquid could take over upstairs more than once. So yeah, that was a pretty cool one. Okay, I got to bounce. I think that was cool. We've got to go and tune into the stream, and then yeah, I'll be casting it about 7:30 in 3 hours. And I'll see you there, and I'll see you tomorrow for another demo. Peace out, guys.